Now, when we've established the dimensions, we're going to transfer these dimensions onto our piece. The piece that we're going to use is brass. The brass itself is 40mm by 3mm flat, and this particular piece I've just removed all the oxides by cleaning up with a piece of wire wool. The preparation for the piece before marking out is we've got two edges square, we've measured across the 70mm for the overall length, we've cut the piece and we've squared the other end. So this piece is now 40mm by 70mm long and 3mm thick. So the equipment we're going to need for marking out is the scriber. We're going to need the tri-square. We're going to use an engineer's rule, and we'll need the engineer's protractor. So the first thing to do is establish our datum corners. So it should be fully square because we've made it 70 by 40. So I'm just going to mark in this bottom left hand corner there, this is my square edge. So all dimensions will be taken from this left hand side and from this bottom edge. So if I put my tri-square up against the edge on the left hand side and my rule up against it, you can hopefully see that it is 70mm long. And from the drawing, our dimensions were coming across the piece were 10, 29, 41, and the piece itself is 70. So where I have my 10mm dimension, I'm going to use my scriber to mark out my V to the side. Then I've got my 29 dimension. I've got my 41 dimension, and obviously the 70. So now I can take my piece and mark the lines across using a tri-square. Again, keeping a tri-square in tight with my square edge. I'll bring the tri-square down, scriber on the mark, and draw the line across. And come down to the next one. So where my mark is, scriber on the point, up to the point, and hold the tri-square and work tight. And then the last one is, I might want to turn it around for this just so we've got as much of the tri-square in contact with the work as possible. Onto the mark, bring that down and scribe across. So we should now have our three lines, 10, 29 and 41. So the next thing to do, turn our piece around. Again, tri-square, rule, and this time we're marking our dimensions at 10. We're marking them at 30 and 35. Once we've got those in, again, we can use our tri-square, put our scriber on the mark, bring the tri-square up, scribe across, next one down, scribe across, and the last one again I'm going to turn it around so much as the tri-square is in contact as I can, and scribe across. So we should end up with our piece which has lines going across and lines going down the piece that we can see there. So we've got 10, 30, 35 going across.